Hello everybody, Buddy Wood, Midland, Texas. This morning I did a video talking about the 911 call, let you listen to it and all that. Well, I took the 911 call and I overlaid it on this security camera video of me crawling out. But it was actually at the 7-Eleven store when it was recorded. I just wanted to show everybody the panic. This was a life or death situation, you know. And why did I crawl out and not call for help? Because they had stolen my cell phone and disconnected my home phone lines before shooting me. This was cold-blooded murder. I didn't know if I was going to live or die at this time. Now, watch this. See, and that was my only chance of survival, was calling that. Notice also that my headlights went off on my company car. I talked about that yesterday. That somebody was sitting in my car, and now I know there's a trap burglar, and I figured they were trying to free the trap burglar. Okay, this is going to be about my stolen cell phone, though. Okay, and I think Rosie Rodriguez planned. When I got home from the hospital, I found my cell phone planted behind this nightstand right here next to my bed, and I found this picture of Rosie leaned over the nightstand with April Chandler next to her, and the smoking gun, if you want to call it that, was found on the police report where Rosie Rodriguez wrote, "Buddy said his phone was not charged, so he went outside and screamed for help." I never said that. I had a fully charged cordless phone in my pocket, and the only reason I had a cordless phone is because my cell phone had been stolen. Now remember, burglar alarms going off over and over and over in my house. I was under home invasion, okay? But Rosie knew it didn't make no sense for me to crawl out with two different phones, and she knew that this was a premeditated murder attempt, and that was excuse making. She was covering it up. There's her picture right there. She's a detective, and you have to wonder how many other murders that she's worked on that she's covered up, lied, falsified evidence, etc. See, the other thing I said this morning is that when I got to the 7-Eleven, I asked the people in the car next to me to call 911 and get help. Rosie Rodriguez showed up, climbed in my truck. I thought the cavalry was there. I was, oh God, thank God the police are here. I didn't know that she's a dirty cop. I didn't know she was the friend of the ex-wife, you know, that I just filed divorce on. And then I get the police reports right here, and she shows that she wasn't even there, you know. And April Chandler, a blonde, it shows that she was the one that crawled in my truck and started giving me first aid. They both lied about the 7-Eleven. I don't know why. Maybe one of them was the shooter under my home, you know, or they were protecting them 5 police that were under my home. I just don't know why. I just know they did, you know. I know the difference. One of them's a blonde, the other one's an older Hispanic lady, you know. That's all there is to it, you know. Well, I found the pictures of the secret place on my security camera, and I sent an email out here. I'm going to show you. Okay. This email called $2,000 reward for information corrupt police. And here's who it went to. It went to like the Statesman, that's a news source, Associated Press. It went to Laura Nodoff, our current district attorney. And it went to city, to the city council members, to the mayor, Jerry Morales. Scott Dufford, he's a current city council member. It went to him. I mean, it's absurd. I'm a crime victim offering an award to identify police. Price Robinson, the chief of police, Painter, the sheriff at the time, the New York Times, Ken Paxton's the Texas Attorney General. He still is to this day. Okay, he knew this. Inspector General Michael Horowitz investigates the corruption in federal departments. Come to find out, Horowitz had a home in Midland, Texas, Ain't that amazing? The Texas Rangers, I sent this email, nothing. The crimes just continued for 6 years. Here, amazingly, my first reward was $100. It wasn't $2,000. It was a joke for a crime victim to offer an award to identify police. I mean, that's absurd. I mean, it truly is absurd. And I finally raised it to $2,000, Let me show you what happened here. I'm an IT guy. This is the user Windows system event log. And I was going through the event log, and I see this log event that a user initiated log off. So I know it wasn't remote control. That was somebody at my house. That was the police at 1:29 at 3:15 a.m. It was a manual reboot of my computer. And what they did was they saw the camera and they didn't want, this was a covert illegal criminal operation is what it was. They were covering up a premeditated capital attempted murder. Police were under the house. They were trying to, stop the camera from recording, so they rebooted the computer. What they didn't know is I'm an IT guy. I had the camera to start automatically. The camera wasn't even running. When they rebooted it, they're the ones that started it. Okay, so here's a log file from that camera. Is at 10:52 when I turned it on that day, on that Saturday, woke up, it started back up. Y'all cam started. At 8:08 that night, if you remember, I had a shotgun at 8:07 in it because I had burglar alarms going on in the attic, and the camera was terminated. I believe that's when they stole my cell phone, disconnected my home phone lines in preparation to murder me. At 10:42 is when I'm seen crawling out. Okay, and then at 3:16 when they rebooted the police rebooted the computer, they started the camera and they didn't know it. Y'all cam started. That's what started. And I'm gonna show you the pictures of the secret police pictures. I found these when I got home from the hospital. Okay, so there's the timestamp 3:36. Remember 3:15 is when they tried to kill it. And right here in the second picture here was April Chandler with a blonde with a bun on her head, in my house. Okay, now here, this is Midland K9 police officer. That's Chad Simpson. That's the cop that murdered his wife and killed himself in 2014. I had a reward offered for his identity. These were all the secret police. I had a reward offered for their identity, right? Somebody knows these guys, right? But later, they're identified by a private investigator. Okay, he thinks it's so funny. We're just killing Christians in their homes. He thinks that's just hilarious, right? Here's another one. And another one. Let's look here. These guys, and here's this guy right here, okay? And so there's April Chandler again, okay? Here's the booty bag. April's, filling up the booty bag with stolen evidence. I had evidence stolen from my house, like the shotgun shells, the voice recorder, etc. And there's Rosie Rodriguez with the camera. And here we go. Good picture, April Chandler, right? Tampered with evidence, falsified police reports, dirty cop, And here's the big one. Rosie is leaned over my nightstand. They waited for all the other police to leave my room. That's what it looks like. And then they planted my stolen cell phone behind my dresser, behind my nightstand. And when I got home, that's where I found it. Here's a picture of Rosie, and show you what she looks like. I mean, literally, these are the dirty of the dirty, and there's no telling how many murders that they've been connected to. And so I wanted to just show you that. I mean, it's 100% the absolute proof. They planted my stolen cell phone, stole my cell phone, disconnected my home phone lines, then shot me. And, I crawled out and survived, a miracle of God, praise God. And, and then here's these police coming in and planting evidence, staging the crime scene, falsifying the police reports. It's so much. It's just incredible. And you wonder how many other homeowners reported, or how many other citizens reported crimes to Midland Police, and now they're dead. Buddy Webb, Midland, Texas.